I'm muted. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Metroid Prime Randomizer Metroid Tournament 2024. I will do that again. This is JhavA versus BowMan. We are in top 8. This is the losers bracket quarterfinals. Uh, first match, the winner will be facing Ivy Paw. I'm Drake Post. I'm joined by Rollins on gear, and Op is our tracker for today. Hello, Rollin. How are you?
I am fine, and I just got slightly worried. You not noticing that you muted, but I mean, we caught it in time.
Yeah.
And yeah, off to an probably very interesting race. I would say JhavA versus BowMan, two runners about equal in strength, so should make for a good race. And yeah. We do have an interesting start already. Getting a power bomb expansion to start off, and we have more bombs under the ship.
So that means our only logical check is Hive Totem. So we gotta go there. Gonna be about 60 seconds, actually a few minutes till we get there, but we should be able to see a few checks, specifically the mining plaza ones.
Well, main plaza.
Main plaza, echoes, and there's just so many plazas. There's a main quarry, there's mining plaza, mining quarry, mining, yes. Many things. Okay, let's see what we got. Missile on grapple edge. Not sure what's on vault ledge. Looks like BowMan is going to look at it, doing the fast strat across the room. And then on vault ledge, okay, E-tank. And on vault ledge looked like a missile on my end. So,
I did not catch it.
so it could be space jump I'm coming here. We'd prefer that to be missile so we can do some checks in Hive Totem. But if it's space jump, we just have to go all the way back, which is unfortunate.
It could be more, actually, given that we know where bombs are. And
Yeah.
then we should go back to gallery tunnel. I've had a seat like that before. So
Or it could be nursery as well.
that's also true, but yeah, I mean, it's a missile here, so it could be our launcher. But yeah. First, we have to see what Hive Totem is end up giving them to us, and it is Morph.
Fun.
Yeah,
Nope, we can't go that way up. We gotta go. We turn around straight to landing site.
not the nicest start, that's for sure. I have to do with a bit of back and forth.
Yep. So another few minutes to go all the way back, and then go all the way back again.
Yep.
So we're gonna probably just save warp. Warping is definitely faster. KR, definitely.
To get to more bombs, definitely, absolutely. There's like no reason not to save warp here, given that we have to go back to the ship. Like, I mean, maybe there would be something that you can get the E-tank in half pipe. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I want to say there was something like that attempted. But that wouldn't really do us any good anyway, so.
Yeah.
Now, here's the point where you could have maybe actually scanned the missile in nursery to see if it's the launcher. If it's an expansion, then there might actually be something, or there either is the launcher then in gallery tunnel, or there might be something else there, which would be interesting. Although you can also just grab it. You want the missile anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just scanning those two missiles in particular. Although I'm guessing they might have expected that this was space jump, they might have not realized that it could have been. Could have been morph ball. That's probably what they didn't realize.
I mean,
also scanning for missile launcher logic is not something you really learn that early on. It's only something we've been peppering on recently.
Yeah, it's also not that incredibly important in this case, since you have to go back to this way anyway for nursery, even if it is gallery tunnel. You'll come across that room, so you might just as well pick up the missile and check it that way, because you want the missile. And it doesn't really matter for you if it's the one from Nursery or the one from Gallery Tunnel, if that is the launcher. So there's not really too much upside for scanning it. But it's something you could maybe think about.
I'm gonna do it now. There's launcher. Okay. I could just be an expansion gallery tunnel, but that's not a good risk to take. I don't think. We're just gonna do this now. Seems like we're gonna do it intended. BowMan knows the strats a little better.
We do have our launcher, so yeah. Now we do have both checks and gallery tunnel as well. Fully in logic. Nice E-tank. Like to see one or two of them early on, so you don't have to worry about health as much.
Specifically the scarabs in some of these halls, they can really mess you up.
Although now that we do have morph, they are not too scary anymore. They don't really do much damage if you are in morph form.
From here on out, I think the route's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to do Vault, then go Shrine, and then go deeper into JhavA. If we get Space Jump, maybe we'll check the tree. But otherwise, I don't see a reason to go back to Talon anytime soon.
There is... Oh,
Artifact.
our first artifact. There is the situation of... yeah, I mean, there's Shrine. We do have 2 items in there, so we probably should check it. You could just go straight into late JhavA, but it is a bit risky, especially this early on without space.
Yeah, that'd be rather aggressive. And going deeper into Chozo doesn't net you... We have 3 checks in Shrine, all of which are... Actually, one of which is not available.
Yeah, we have
But
only
we
2
can peek
available.
it.
Yeah. Okay, Vault has a missile. Looks of it. So yeah, let's see what BowMan is deciding. Do we go the safer route or do we be aggressive? And that looks just for the Shrine check.
Yeah, there aren't that many. It is also not even necessarily that much more aggressive to go to. I mean, oh, actually, how do I just define this? Let me clarify my thought here. Going deeper into Chozo doesn't net us that many more checks either. Like it's Water Hall access, Water Hall. Not even lower Water Hall until we have Gravity or Space Jump. Upper Gathering Hall might be in logic.
Dynamo. We have Burn Dome. We have Lower Furnace. So there are a few checks.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot about the bombs for some reason. Just the bombs are very important. Yeah. So there are a lot of checks there. So skipping Shrine isn't as bad as I thought. But I mean,
there's even Flagra that is available.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even think like hyper aggressive routers would probably do that. Like unless they were facing somebody like much like better than them in terms of movement. That's when you start making aggressive routing choices.
Yeah, both runners have done the way to Shrine, and JhavA tried to peek what's in.
Oh my god, they're like they got stuck in the morph ball tunnel. Oh my, I didn't even know that could happen. Wow.
Not sure. Does not look like JhavA actually got a glimpse of it. Didn't look like it.
Missile.
Okay.
I don't mind that check. Even going up for it again, this is a long backtrack. Like the only reason to come back here is for wave beam, and that could just be anywhere.
Yeah.
I missed what was in Ruin Fountain, but we'll find out soon enough.
We have a second chance to get a look at it. Yeah, I mean, BowMan did not peek it, I want to say. It is just a single item. It points you pretty heavily towards further JhavA at this point. And Like, I mean, there could be space jump coming up, could be boost coming up that put that check in logic, but there could also be Varia coming up, and we're supposed to go into magma without space. So
Yeah, there's a lot of options here.
I'm not.
I think
against skipping.
I think the only item that we can't use progression on, I think right now is. Oh, forgot one scan point. I think the only item that cannot give us progression that we want is like Ice Beam, I think? Because we don't have Space Jump to do over in Cavern. Okay. If we get Spider and then Ice Beam, maybe we could go deeper into... No, we need Wave. Never mind. Okay. So it can't be Ice Beam, it can't be Thermal, it can't be X-Ray until we have Space Jump. But it's probably going to be Space Jump or Varia. Wait, could it even be Wave Beam? I think it can be.
I want to say it actually can.
Because I don't think we can get up to Antechamber.
All right.
Yeah, I think it just has to be Varia and Space Jump. It could be like Grapple and X-Ray, but just in terms of immediate progression.
I mean,
JhavA doing upper gathering all first before going down. Interesting. I think this makes more sense. Actually, considering that they did the bomb jump, that's just not too bad of a choice.
it's the thing. If it's space jump up there, if it's spider up there, then you have additional checks that you can do here.
Okay. After this, like if Zoid is nothing, Furnace is nothing, then it's Frigate Crash Site.
That's not exactly true because we have not been to Artifact Temple.
That's right. Artifact Temple as well. And TTP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just completely forgot about that one.
Which is reasonable from the point we were, but at this point...
Also Flagra.
Yeah.
A lot of choices.
I mean, Flagra is something you can just forget about and hope it's never required.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable strategy to approach Randomizer.
I'm just not on point on my analysis today, just everything I've said wrong. But yeah, I don't even think we want to do plants. Like even if it's the last location, that isn't particularly terrible because we're going to be doing a bunch of other sensible checks like Frigate Crash Site is fine to check.
Yeah, and it is very, very unlikely that your opponent is actually not gonna last location to plant, at least without space jump. So,
and if it's Varia, it routes well. If it's Space Jump, it's also fine. Also, wait a second. Space Jump doesn't unlock anything so far. It does not, like Upper Ruin Shrine is a missile. Half Pipe is a E-tank.
oh, there's
Super
super,
missile.
so our tree is in play now.
Okay.
And now what
Oh, Frigate
might
Crash
be
Site,
the
excuse
tree,
me,
and
that's
we are
right.
supposed to go plant anyway for ghosts.
Ooh. I don't mind this play if JhavA does the checks and then resets. I would like to see Frigate Crash Site first, though. I keep forgetting that Frigate Crash Site requires Space Jump or Grapple. I was just assuming that you're going to do the dash. I'm just like not on point today at all. Everything I've said has been wrong. But yeah, okay, we're going to get our artifacts now. I'm not sure how I feel about this play, though. I would only like it if JhavA resets out of Artifact Temple if they find nothing.
Yeah, I mean that is for sure the plan here. The big problem is if JhavA does find something, what are you willing to keep?
Okay.
Missile here. So just supers.
Check Furnace. Yeah, get the hints and then save, I think is the correct play here. Or reset, excuse me.
So, I mean, yeah, not checking TTB is that one problem with that. And the other would be you can get Frigate Crash Site even without Space Jump. So while it's not the logic, you can definitely pick it up. Okay, let's see. Magma Pool, Ventilation Shaft, Sun Chamber, Furnace, MQA, as KRR has asked for. Interesting. Artifact on Sun Chamber. So we do have to think about plant at some point and probably want to find spiders sooner than later. BowMan gonna find out if the artifact is in a lower furnace or upper furnace. You have... I have no idea. But the artifact is in lower, the looks of it. Don't think that was an artifact. Yep, here's the artifact. Meanwhile, JhavA trying to get that grapple in Frigate Crash side, so that is base jump locked.
Okay, sorry, I was just writing the artifacts. So yeah, we just need... Well, actually, we need a lot. We need X-ray, plasma, a lot of stuff. Just to get the phase on it.
We actually don't really need X-ray. X-ray we need logically for MPA,
Logically, yeah.
but given that we
Logically.
for once have not no artifact on Omega Pirate, we are actually not hard pressed to actually find it.
Question: Did we get the grapple in for your crash site?
I don't think so. JhavA, I want to say, has abandoned it. Which...
Okay, BowMan save warping. Do we like that, or should we just? I guess it's not a good assumption to assume that the tree is the tree has something here. So more checks and talent. So yeah.
I mean, given that we have TTB and Artifact Temple to check, and you want to do that at some point anyway, I don't particularly mind it. And if you're on TTB, you are close to the tree somewhat anyway.
Yeah, like if we were near the tree, then that would make sense. But yeah, it looks like the tree is our progression, and JhavA's gonna reset. Good. We're gonna find supers, go to the tree. So I think this play is working out for JhavA right now.
It actually is.
Although,
like one unfortunate thing for BowMan with this situation is somewhat if you go back to the tree now and find Varia, which way are you going towards Magmore? Feels kind of awkward to go back to or slightly awkward to go back to Root Cave, but on the other hand, going to Sun Tower for Lava Lake isn't really feeling that much better.
I think Sun Tower is better in this case.
Yeah,
I've kind of come around, and I think going to Root Cave is the reason I don't like Root Cave is just because of the backtrack at a Lava Lake. That just feels icky to me.
JhavA can just go back through Chozo to get the tree, but yeah, it's in a similar situation. You know now there's nothing in TTB.
Actually, not sure who's going to come out ahead here. I think both routes kind of work out.
It's pretty.
It depends
similar.
on how fast BowMan climbs Root Cave, I guess.
Also, I want to say tree actually has to be either Varia
I think it has to be Varia.
Or Spider. Well,
yeah,
except
Spider.
for Plant, maybe.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, okay.
space jump alone wouldn't really do us anything. Yes, grapples and logic, but since we don't have extra, root cave is not available for us. So,
It's like BowMan's going for this grapple.
I mean, having it is definitely nicer. Like, we know there's an artifact in Magma Pool, so if you don't want to rely on having to do the dash, then you want it. You can leave it for later. You know now where it is, and maybe hope to come back here for an crash side climb before you have to grab that Magma Pool. But I mean, if you can get it now,
Sure,
you could
giving it
actually
this
even
many
grab the
attempts.
artifact if it is very on the tree.
Yeah.
BowMan
That's something
also
insane.
leaving it behind.
Looks like JhavA's route is going to work out better here. Because I think...
Is it? JhavA still has
Oh,
to check
Furnace,
Furnace and grab the artifact.
yeah, excuse me.
And BowMan is on the way back to the tree now. Oh, has
No, root cave.
Root Cave. Yeah, TTV
Yeah.
to do still. But...
I guess my only objection with JhavA's route is that it's like rather risky. But I'm fine with taking that risk. It wasn't a bad risk in my opinion. Because if JhavA found something then like that doesn't that you want to keep but doesn't give you progression, then it's like okay, we do have to go back to Zoid now. And that's just unfortunate. Okay. So now we're just waiting to see what's in the tree. Like you said, it could be Vario or Spider. Vault Edge has nothing, so grapple... So getting Space Jump would do nothing. Wave Beam does nothing. Normal does nothing. I have no idea. I think it just has to be Spider or Varia.
Plant is actually required with progression.
I don't think it could be Ice Sam. Because we need Space Jump for... Okay, what's up there? Yeah, but you need Space Jump, You need Space Jump to get onto the peg, and you need Spider otherwise. So...
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
space. I think actually Spider would be required for all of the Aeters at this stage.
Yeah.
The Ice alone does not really do it.
And Hall of the Elders without bomb jumps, I don't think that's getting added to beginner anytime soon. And it looks like BowMan's making it there faster. Okay, so interesting. So it looks like JhavA's route is just actually slow. Plasma Beam. Plant.
Plant.
Yep.
Okay then.
So Ghost has the artifact.
Yeah, it has to. Or we are just collectively completely spacing out on something.
Talon's clear.
Which,
Hive Totem's clear.
if it is not exactly Spider on plant, it's really, really annoying. And if you do know early wild, this is the seed where you would want to do it.
Yeah. Definitely. JhavA's skipping the tree. Interesting.
Interesting choice.
Bold play.
I'm not sure I like that. I don't think JhavA peeked what's in the tree.
Oh, we're synced up nice. I think maybe we could be thinking if it's nothing, then we can go to the tree right after. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean,
But hopefully, like if it's Varia and they go straight to Magmor, that'll be trouble.
So the problem I have with Java's routing here is if the tree is spider and you don't know early wilds, then you're leaving behind an artifact. If you do know, or if JhavA is confident in doing early wild without problems, then there's not really too much trouble with this play. Although completely skipping out on the tree can be dangerous if JhavA does not go back for it, because we know there's plasma in there. And I mean, it depends.
I'm actually starting to. I'm curious. How did Java's route not work out? Because it feels like
The
it
fact
should
that you
have.
have to reset your game,
Might
it
be.
does
Yeah.
cost time, even if
It's
saves
yeah. It's
the
like 2
movement.
loading zones.
Yeah, and
Extra,
if you
so-
don't, if you don't have to do that additional reset on movement, then it's just faster to go to Zoid anyway if you're closer there anyway if you're there.
Java not doing the exploits with the button, so it's gonna be pretty much slower. I kind of want to see spiders so we can get the upper dynamo item, and then like Chozo's very empty, but also at the same time it's. I kind of want like Varia's probably ideal here now.
I mean,
Actually, I mean in terms of a race.
there is
Oh,
another
there's.
variant.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it though? I mean, it depends. If Knight of the Runners is doing early wild, then yeah, this variant is probably fine in terms of race.
No Flagra. I was just mostly thinking in terms of the seed, like, not in terms of the race. But in terms of the race, yeah, it doesn't really matter. It only really matters if we're doing really wild. Looks like BowMan's gonna at least try it, which we like to see.
I mean, you know it's an artifact. You have to do this anyway, and if you
Yeah.
don't do it now, you have to find Spider and then come back here.
JhavA also trying it. How easy would you? I haven't tried this trick yet in my practice.
I've not attempted it.
Sam, you got. How easy would you say this trick is? Like, intermediate, advanced, expert. It's hard. Oh, okay.
Like, your timing has to be perfect for, or very close to perfect for quite a bit. Like, if you are too late, if you are too early with your bomb, then you are going back down. And if you mess up
Awesome.
getting up here, like BowMan did, then you're just falling completely and you have no retry.
Okay.
Also,
This race might come
JhavA,
down to JhavA failing or succeeding this trick.
yeah, and JhavA is also getting low on health right now
Bailing.
and has to
Oh.
abort. So this is a huge advantage for BowMan.
Yeah. The only way I could see this advantage disappearing is Spider Ball showing up like Tower of Light into Magma Pool into this. Something like that, where it's like it's not as big of a deal. But if Spider Ball happens to be somewhere inconvenient. Actually, actually, considering the fact that the Magma Pool artifact is there, it's not as bad, but I think it'll still make a huge difference. If Spider's in Lava Lake, that's just funny. That's just mean. I don't even think. Do you even want to turn around if you find Spider here? It's not progression, and you have to go to
not
Magmor.
until you have more that you can do in Chozo. Like
Like if you
Like,
find
JhavA
Spider but
also
no
does
wave.
not have grapple, so cannot even grab the Magma Pool artifact. So I would actually probably wait and put that off. Like, there's really not much. I mean, you know it's an artifact, so you don't need it until you want to beat Ridley.
Yeah. Because that grapple is in Frigga Crash, so you want to wait till you have Space Jump and Spider before you come back to Chozo, at least.
Or at least space jump and be able to do Magma Pool dash.
pretty sure this bomb jump is slow, by the way, for JhavA. I might have seen JhavA do this as well, or some other runner, but if you're doing this, just take the path underneath.
Yes, but if you get grabbed there, and I'm not that confident in the movement there, maybe bomb jump is just the option that you know better and can therefore, for yourself, perform faster.
I feel like better time spent learning the movement through the Triclops. Like, probably a better use of your time, I think.
I mean, if you sit down and want to learn it, yeah, probably. But given that you don't really have to learn the bomb jump if you know that it's available, since it's just like any other bomb jump you have learned, you don't have to spend any extra time attempting it.
Wait, we weren't paying attention. Apparently, the artifact that was in Sun Chamber was wild. So double vanilla, double
What?
vanilla Sun Chamber.
Okay. So I'm actually early wild from BowMan.
Actually, early wild. And it looks like BowMan is just more comfortable with the movement here because we're in Triclops pit right behind JhavA. Like, wow, this is BowMan's moving.
Yeah, BowMan's movement is actually pretty really good here. And has been throughout the tournament already. BowMan had some routing decisions that were not as on point as they could have been in some of the races, so has somewhat struggled there a bit more than JhavA did, so
Okay, in terms of what's coming up next, like, it can be... I think it can be wave because we can do ice runes west without space jump. I believe that is in logic, although I didn't know that until the last race I commentated where we just had a late space jump, but that is in logic. So I think this, but hold on, climbing ruin courtyard without space jump though. I'm not sure if that's in logic as well.
I want to say with Spider it is.
Yeah, with Spider.
Without it is not, I believe.
So we could have wave if Spider shows up.
BowMan thinking about going for Warrior Shrine without space.
Looks like it gets it. Not gonna go for the IUJ, it seems like. Just gonna do a double long jump. I don't mind this play.
I mean,
What's that?
If you are able to
Boost,
get it, then you might as well.
Boost unlocks
Very
nothing,
nice
right? What does boost unlock?
Uh,
Oh, that's good info. That's X-ray visor. Wow.
the boost does not really do anything for us that is useful. There is Upper Shrine, which we think is a missile. So that
Did you get on this
help.
level without space jump? I think you can. Anyway, but yeah, we have a boost ball. And then now, what's that? Space jump behind plasma. Oh!
Yeah, I wanted to say it and then kind of didn't really do, but not having plasma is really, really hurting JhavA here. And,
that's kind of a disaster.
yeah, not checking the tree is really, really hurting JhavA.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, where's BowMan?
probably even more so than
Bro. Where's BowMan going?
Okay. Maybe thinking having space jump?
Oh my god, the plot thickens.
I mean, yes, you got X-ray, you know that grapple is available, but BowMan, you don't have space jump yet, so do you really want to do this?
JhavA missed checking the tree for that plasma in the tree, and then BowMan missed nothing. I think BowMan's getting. Wait, I actually cannot understand this because the X-ray is not logic either.
I mean, if BowMan is able to get this without space jump, then props to them. Everything's okay.
Maybe
You know that space jump has to be coming up soon.
first gonna get the grapple and then realize that you can't do this. Yeah, I agree. Why go for this now too? Really interesting. We gotta ask him about this.
Yeah, I'm confused. If you're not going for that, I'm not even sure if it is possible without space jump. But yeah, going for that grapple now and wanting to do root cave is a straight up mistake here. Not having space jump, I'd say
And-
it's not worth it.
Even if it's like, oh, just getting grappled just in case something. There is nothing. There's the only thing that I could mess us up with is Qmon, but you would need Spider or Gravity for Qmon to be available.
And wave, which has not shown
And
up
Wave
yet.
or Thermal too, to fight Thardus and then grapple. Like
And you still need wave or
yeah.
to get into the room.
So this could give a JhavA a chance to catch back up here. I think JhavA has to realize, in terms of Java's options, I think there's only tree.
JhavA only has 3.
Yeah.
So JhavA should absolutely know where to go. And then probably be very, very frustrated seeing that plasma there.
Yeah. Oof.
Does want that grapple.
I'm trying to think of a rationale here behind this grapple here. Are they just like, are they just forgetting that space jump is, that they do not have space jump? I mean, and that space jump doesn't.
I mean, that they BowMan must realize not having space jump because you only have a single jump for this and have not the second one.
Well, I just mean the
after.
logical.
Yeah.
Main plaza ledge was nothing, and you still can't get it without space jump. In either.
Logic-wise.
Unless the newest version of Randomizer lets you get it with just grapple.
No. The change of 8.0 was for it to be in logic and with space jump without grapple.
So I think JhavA is realizing this has to be space jump. Or excuse me, that has to be plasma. And wait, that means, okay, so wait. If that's plasma, then what are our main logical checks for JhavA? It's Chozo Ice, Chapel, Chozo Ice, Chapel.
Have we checked Ice Runs West?
Oh, and upper Fire Shores. We checked Ice Runes East, but we didn't check Ice Runes West. Okay.
Yes, Ice Runs West would also be available.
So hopefully JhavA takes a pit stop at Ice Runes. Well, actually no. Oh, okay. Hold on. The routing for this is kind of weird. If it is, if it does want us to go to Root Cave eventually, then the routing for this is kind of awkward. So we'd have to go back for that grapple.
I mean,
If you're JhavA,
yes
do you go
and
back for
no, because you don't. If you are able to skip that grapple for Root Cave, you don't really have to go back for it. I mean, logic-wise, yeah, the routing here just could be awkward. And I mean, we don't really have that much else to do. With that X-ray, Root Cave is in logic, once we have space jump. But yeah, the fact that BowMan has to go back for
Oh, I just meant because of that
Space
X-ray in
Jump
upper
anyway.
in Warrior Shrine. Oh, BowMan has misread the logic here completely.
I mean, if BowMan is able to do this without Space Jump,
Oh
then
yeah, they've just
I would
completely misread
say
the logic
it's
here.
okay.
I don't know. I don't think.
I wouldn't necessarily call it misreading logic. It's just trying to be smarter than the seed and not being able to, apparently.
I mean, doing Root Cave without space jump is like. I don't think it's possible for humans unless you have boost ball. If I remember, or like you go out of bounds, like without space jump. Like, correct me if I'm wrong here, Sam. I believe it's like you need boost ball so you can fly up to the top, and you also need, or you go out of bounds, or you do some absurd bomb jumps, like absolutely task level bomb jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there. Yeah, so yeah, this is. I think Bowman has just misread the importance of the logic or something here because I don't think. Yeah, like.
Yeah, if you do need space jump after all, if you don't get it without space jump, then there's just straight up no reason not to go to Vendrana here and instead go back. Like, what BowMan has to have thought is here probably being able to grab that Root Cave stuff now and not thinking about actually needing space jump for it.
Now the fact
And
that
that would be a reason where I would be okay with BowMan's routing, is if you are able to get that. But if not, then yeah, look for space jump first.
no, Bowman is still ahead here because I think just because of that having to grab X-ray for JhavA.
Probably more so because of ghosts. But
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but
yeah,
the lead is decreased dramatically here because of this grapple play.
and this difference even just came up because JhavA skipped the tree. If JhavA had not skipped the tree, then BowMan would have been quite a bit behind at this stage, I'd say. Like, I mean, Ghosts is annoying to get back to, but since you do have the Magma Pool artifact too, and we know that boost is here, so you can just I mean, I think JhavA even has opened up the gate to plan, so it didn't even need to have boost to get out. So yeah, it kind of routed back together for JhavA, somewhat nice. But yeah, that plasma skip actually from JhavA actually keeping BowMan here in the lead.
And this mistake by Bowman to go back for the grapple is keeping JhavA in the game as well. It's like, yeah. Yeah, in terms of the routing now, I think JhavA just grabs this space jump and then does Chapel.
Yeah, you do the plasma checks now that you can reach.
We know Ice Runes East is nothing. We could do Ice Runes West first here. I wouldn't mind that either.
I mean, do we know Ice Runes East is nothing? We
Yes,
were not able to check Spider.
We weren't able to check Spider, but we were able to check the ice.
Yeah, but you still could go back and check if there's something on Spider Track, because you know Spider's in play at some point.
It's a missile for us. Now, JhavA's not going to have to do Canyon, so that's another thing we have to consider in terms of timings here. Now, in this case, do you route Chapel first or last year for BowMan?
Oh, you definitely want to do Chapel after Ice Temple. But you don't. You
I
do
mean,
want to do it.
Chapel before Canyon. It might just not make a difference. It might just be nitpicking here. Nothing chose ice.
It both has ups and downsides. If it is exactly wave coming up on Ice Ruins West or Canyon, and there's something here on Amashigov, then you have to go here twice. But if Wave is here in Chozo Ice Temple or just Vanilla, then it doesn't really matter. And you are actually are actually able to go straight into mid-fan from Ice Runs West. So has ups and downsides either way you do. I'd probably wanna do just Chapel first, because it feels smoother if Wave shows up.
Looks like JhavA's going to check the spider track. Okay.
Actually, does
to...
give BowMan a bit more time again.
Yeah. I feel like both players feel like they're behind at this point.
Oh.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, JhavA obviously has to, because of that plasma skip. At best, you're even, because your opponent did the same stupid thing, and you're both last locationing that spade jump. So, like, JhavA cannot know that BowMan made is similar.
But I think
Bad
BowMan...
play.
I wonder if BowMan feels behind because... Oh, we're going to do this jump. You don't have to do it off this pillar. You can do it off of another one. But yeah, this is the fastest way up to this item. Nothing. Oh, so it's Root Cave. Interesting.
Yeah, and this is the spot where BowMan will probably feel not great anymore. I wanted to say, up until this point with the trying to get Root Cave and grabbing grapple there, BowMan would have probably felt pretty good. But now, since you went back for that just to grab a return and then go back again, this is gonna feel, or BowMan does not really feel that great about the routing anymore.
Something to consider though is that maybe JhavA doesn't feel comfortable with the dash and Root Cave, so might not skip the grapple, whereas BowMan has already gotten the grapple, so
yeah, but what JhavA just can't do in that case is with this warp restart, grab grapple first.
Yeah, I was just hoping that maybe they
now,
don't grab grapple and just do the dash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But, yeah.
That would save them some time here. But
it would, but on the other hand, it really does not do that much, because now JhavA being able to get that with space jump, which is infinitely easier than doing it without, will save time in the long run.
In the meantime, we're assuming here that it's wave, but it could be ice.
I mean, now it could just be literally anything. Like, it could even be spider.
Oh, and also magma pool. No, that's an artifact. Excuse me. No,
magma pools are an artifact, and we have not found main power bombs yet, I believe. Yeah. So that wouldn't be our logical thing.
I always forget our power bombs are non-logic. Something we can hopefully make a change for in the future.
I mean, the runners won't really mind that fact, because they really just worry about having them.
I just mean in terms of
yeah,
like displaying it for the viewers that, like, yes, these power bombs are out of logic that we have. Okay, let's see what we have. That looks like wave beam.
And now BowMan is probably having some thoughts of the like if you would have gotten it when BowMan returned here, you would have probably felt like the king of the world. But since you didn't, this is just gonna be painful.
How do you feel about going to Chozo here? Get the artifact, sure. Tower of Light, Train Chamber, and Train Chamber access. That's That's 3 items we can get, 1 we can check. And then I guess we can do check crossway, get it, it's non-logic, and do antechamber. Compare that to going to Fed and doing labs. I kind of feel like we'd rather do labs for check density.
I
And it
would
seems like this is the
agree
major
with
route
that.
deviation that we have now. And it seems like BowMan's going Chozo and JhavA's going Fen.
Yeah, I mean, for BowMan, there is since BowMan got early wild, you don't have that ghost artifact looming around, so you do have not to worry as much about this here. You can basically
Oh,
finish your Chozo trip. You have also not peaked this.
BowMan did not peak that, so that's something
Yeah.
also to consider. So never mind, this
That-
play makes a little bit more sense for me now.
In JavaScript's case, I definitely agree to go to Ven more simply because of not having Spider yet.
I mean, I don't mind that this
I
is BowMan's.
wonder now. I have said it, I think, a few more times than I probably should have. But BowMan in their races had some unfortunate decisions regarding labs. Like whenever a BowMan went there, there was nothing there, and it hurt them pretty much. So I wonder how much they may be afraid of going there without ice beam, which
Disaster
BowMan
for
just
JhavA.
found. So yeah,
Disaster for JhavA. There's Ice Beam in Tower of Light.
yep.
Oof. Oh,
And
it's worse.
Spider and Tower of Light too. Yeah, so
Oh.
going to Fen here is the absolute worst thing you could do, apparently.
Oh man, that's brutal.
And the worst thing for JhavA is here. I absolutely do not blame them. I think from Java's perspective, this is the only logical choice to make in this spot.
Yeah.
Because you still need to find Spider that can absolutely be in here. Like the entirety of labs is in logic. Ice could just be here and you can get out through the back. And you need Spider for that Chozo artifact. And if you go to Magma Pool now on Tower of Light and you have to return to Chozo later again, it's just costing time having to do all that trip over just one item at a time. So
In terms of artifacts, Magma Pool, Vent Shaft, and MQA, I think BowMan's in Go mode.
Yep.
Well, technically not, since we don't have main PBs or gravity.
I mean, logically we're not
Yeah.
in Go mode, but our runners are not caring about logic if you can complete the game.
Now, if
You
that's the
just
case,
complete the
then
game.
if that's the case, then that means Ben here, Far Chozo has to have main PBs or gravity suits or thermal. Actually, it has to have gravity suit and thermal, or just thermal, because thermal will get us through Thardus. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, Thardus for more checks. Actually, no, wait. We have Farfen. Excuse me. Hold on. Wait. Where could main PBs be? A lot of places, actually. Farfen.
Yeah,
Because we have the spider wall across
they could be everywhere
workstation.
but mines, depending, and even in there, depending on where gravity shows up and thermal. Like,
So I'm kind of hoping that main PBs show up here for JhavA. I don't want to see thermal or gravity, because main PBs are at least useful here. Might provide them an advantage in like traversing mines and stuff like that. That might be able to like provide some help, but like we know that the ice beam not being here is going to be a disaster. Because if like thermal shows up, then JhavA might just do Mineral Man, and it's like I wouldn't want that.
You know what could be here that might be good for JhavA? Phazon Suit.
Oh yes, we would like that very much.
So if there's only Phazon Suit here, JhavA can grab that and leave that behind, and then go mode once getting Spider and Wave or Spider and Ice there. Then this might be somewhat close.
How do you feel about BowMan doing Farchozo here? I'm not sure I like it. I'm not sure I like this.
Is there an artifact here?
No.
No.
maybe bar skip into, but
If
all of our
you want
artifacts
to
are
do
lower.
bar skip, yeah. If you're confident in your bar skip, which BowMan might
Wait,
be,
wait, 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 what's this? Is that thermal? Okay. I think they're getting rewarded for this, but this is too conservative in my opinion.
yeah,
Even
I
for bar
wouldn't
skip.
be necessarily a fan of this. Going for a different version, yep, that looks like thermal.
I'm gonna agree with you. I don't like this because I think all of our artifacts are in lower mines. There's no reason to do bar skip here. It doesn't give you an advantage.
Even getting to the bar skip, yes, you have checks on the way, and yeah, you're still looking for phasons, so there is some reason to do this. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just focusing too much on the hints on at some times. Or
I know a lot of runners get hung up on not having phase on suit, and they like to do incidental checks on the way, but I just think this is a bit too much. Because you can do incidental checks in lower mines.
yeah,
So like, yeah, like this is a bit far too conservative. I think of a play here.
again, I would personally agree. Although I always have to wonder myself if I'm maybe a bit too keen on just get the artifacts and get the hint, and maybe do that a bit too much. But it is a balance you have to take, and for my taste, this is. I mean, yes, if you are confident in your bar skip, this is an option. But given that there are no artifacts in upper mines, I would just be tempted to rather go to lower mines, and not do far chozo here. And
Counterpoint,
what
maybe
you could
Bowman feels extremely behind.
that is actually a point you could make. Yes, we do have to remember that both our runners did something that wasn't really great for the seed, and therefore might be thinking of, okay, the obvious thing would be to do X. Let's do Y.
I hope Bowman doesn't forget about. Yeah, okay, good. I thought they were about to forget about Elder Chamber. We want to do this right now.
Now,
JhavA resetting out got absolutely nothing.
yeah.
They're gonna feel absolutely horrible once they find this Ice Beam and Tower Light.
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing in Elder Chamber.
Like, I mean, on the other hand, once BowMan has done all of this, Chozo's are completely cleared. So the hand cannot say Chozo anymore. Or, well, did BowMan actually do Upper Dynamo?
No. Actually, wait. I don't think so. He got to Far Chozo really early. Let me check the VOD. Or just chat will let us know.
Which might not be that terribly bad, given that it should be now BowMan's only check-in Chozo if that's the case. So if the hint
No.
says Chozo, BowMan knows where to go. But I feel like if you're going this route and check all of our Chozo, you should have probably also checked Upper Dynamo for you. Because now getting the hint and then going back for Upper Dynamo, that's also a long way. Did we see Magma Pool? Yes, we did, because Magma Pool is an artifact. We did see TCA and Training Chamber. They were both missiles. Or at least Training Chamber was missile, when TCA was nothing important. Might have been actually been nothing.
God, I hope Bowman doesn't do like a bunch of checks on upper mines. I think that's way, way too conservative. I mean, I'm already not liking the amount of checks they're doing here. If they were skipping all these Far Chozo checks and doing bar skip immediately, then maybe. But then, like, maybe I could understand this, but I just think we're being too conservative here. In the meantime, JhavA, I think... JhavA's been routing, I think, much more solidly. Just unfortunately hot dog the tree.
Yeah.
And unfortunately couldn't get early wild, which is, yeah, it's a hard trick.
I mean, that's like that can happen. That's not too big of a mistake on that. It's just hard. Like the more mistake I would say on that was probably JhavA not even going for the tree in case if it's spider, just completely missing that. But yeah. Routing wise, this actually kinda works out for JhavA here. Can now with spider.
Yeah. If there was no magma pool artifact, then I think not getting early wild would have been much, much worse.
Yeah.
There is Ice Beam. If JhavA didn't feel behind, they definitely feel behind now. Let's see how they route after that. Now, I can understand why JhavA would instead do all these extra checks that BowMan is now doing. I'm not exactly sure. Actually, no. I understand why BowMan would do these checks. It's just because probably because of the grapple beam kerfuffle.
Yeah. And if you are here, then might as well at this point. Like starting to skip things now when you're close to them. Oh, feels like just the worst of both worlds.
But even how do you feel
That
about
is a
even
first try
if we're
partially.
I'm in behind, I'm like completely behind mindset. Do you still like Bowman checking all of upper mines here? Because I'm not sure I do.
I feel like you could do a
Also,
partial
bar skip was
check, so
first
like
try.
yeah.
Incredible. Well done. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say like you could do a partial check here, do the quick checks, main quarry, security access, then do go for waste disposal and go into storage depot B into lower mines and skip basically storage depot A and elite research. But I feel like if you are setting up for the way BowMan did, given that you're reducing your amount of checks that Phazon can be in at this point quite drastically, and if it is lower mines and your opponent is just going to straight there, you just have lost an infinite amount of time anyway. So if it's down there, you probably have lost at this point with everything else you have done. I wouldn't really like it. I would rather BowMan actually stick to just complete upper mines, because that's likelier to be to your advantage. But that's also sad with having the hindsight of sequel from.
JhavA to grab the artifacts. What do you think JhavA should do? Like,
I
do we
feel
go
like you
for
have
Chozo or?
I feel like you have two options with JhavA. Either you completely ignore everything else, only grab artifacts and go for the hand straight up, which I would probably do. Or you just do something similar to BowMan and try to do spot checks where a Phazon could be where your opponent's likely not gonna go. I'm not sure what that would be in this case for JhavA though. Like, it might actually be going straight to Fen and try to snipe Phazon there.
Looks like Bowman's gonna go straight towards lower mines. It seems storage depot B, and then probably the lower mines. And now, if they're doing this to go back to,
There it
okay,
is. It's not. That's gravity.
okay. Let's see where JhavA goes. Mago pool definitely. I agree with you. Like, I think either route conservatively or aggressively here. I don't like middling options here.
I mean, the thing for JhavA is if you go for the magma pool artifact here right now, you obviously do TCA and training chamber.
Mm-hmm. But going to Fort Chozo and to bar skip, that's
you
concerning.
are
But yeah,
very far away from every other check here. So Like, there is already a time investment from this point onwards to even get an additional check in here. And by the time, I would probably just prefer that to be, or to put that time into going to the artifacts. But it's tough. Like, again, as a commentator, it's always easy to say because you have two screens and various more information that the runners have. You actually know that both runners did a mistake, so probably should just do the smarter thing and not try to make up time that's on your opponent that you don't need to make up.
BowMan not even checking Venshaft. Wait. Oh, the Venshaft is an artifact.
When
Oh.
Venshaft is an artifact, has no
Oh,
power
he just
bomb.
burned a powerbomb on
So-
accident too early. That's probably what happened here. Yep.
BowMan actually only has one power bomb.
Yeah.
JhavA actually found not even JhavA has not found the second or another power bomb expansion. So yeah.
JhavA
Okay,
going
this
conservative.
is-
Off to Far Chill Zone.
No.
Hopefully they check Dynamo. And it's phase on.
Actually, given the fact that we only have one power bomb expansion, I can actually kind of get behind BowMan's hesitation to go straight to low mines maybe a bit more, since we have to refarm that power bomb for everything that we want to do down there.
Now we know.
It's painful.
Now we know main power bombs has to be. Has to be in Fen or Far Fen or Upper Dynamo. Because gravity was in mines.
Yeah.
So opening the door is not necessary here, I don't think.
Can just blast the rocks away, grab a power bomb, then open the door and go out. Looks like JhavA is not going further into JoJo, just went for the safe warp and is on the way towards lower mines.
JhavA skipped a PB expansion where vanilla X-rays. Vanilla
Has not
X-ray.
been there. Vanilla X-rays live code, but would have been BowMan.
Yeah.
So, actually, very small important thing, a small but important thing. If Phazon is in specifically workstation, where BowMan never has gone, JhavA's actually in front.
Yeah, but I want it to be in Farfen. I don't. If it's in workstation, that's a quick check. It's like either that or plasma processing, if you get the hint. Right. Whereas if it's from Farfen, then JhavA at least has the advantage because then JhavA's on labs.
Has JhavA the advantage though? Because I don't think JhavA is going straight for Farfen here, because JhavA still needs to grab the artifacts.
That's my point. My point is that JhavA's done more of Fen, whereas BowMan is not. And so if it says Fen, then JhavA will know to go straight to Farfen, where BowMan might choose to do labs.
Yes, but BowMan is significantly in front right now. So JhavA has to make up time somewhere. And I don't think if JhavA also has to get to hint forwardly, JhavA is getting enough time back.
I'm saying that's it. I'm saying I think that's the best place where
BowMan will
Phazon could
start
be.
with labs.
I'm saying that's the best place that Phazon could be for JhavA. If it's anywhere else, I don't think it's good for JhavA.
I would actually say if it would have been an exactly workstation, it would have been best for JhavA.
The problem with that is that it's a very quick check.
Yes, but BowMan still has to go there, and JhavA can just go straight directly after the artifacts, which are straightforward to get from that point.
Okay. That's what I mean, okay.
Like JhavA, if JhavA gets Phazon, JhavA has to just go straight to MQA and not even look at anything but Venshaft.
PPC would also be nice. For similar reasons.
That would also work, although it's a bit annoying. And PPC might even be better for JhavA in the sense that
Further away.
it's saying mines is maybe worse for BowMan, although BowMan would also probably start at PPC at this point.
Yeah.
And it's not phasing. And I feel like we are actually out of checks where it could be that is to the advantage of JhavA. Like, I mean, no, we have seen everything in mines here that is quick to grab. So now we're to the point where if you're rooting for JhavA, it probably is best if it says fan.
JhavA
And
skipping,
then I don't think
which is going to work out.
Hmm?
JhavA skipped boom buffs, which is going to work out
Yeah.
for them. Going straight towards the artifacts, like routing aggressively here.
Like, it's kind of what you have to do, but JhavA also needs the power bomb. And does not have one.
Oof, imagine if that's like... Go to PPC, that's an option as well. Oh, no.
Or check Boombox to see if maybe mains or even expansion is there.
The boxes in the elevator room are not... Don't drop PBs, I don't believe. They drop a lot of missiles.
Also, we only have one power band that we can use. You better know the slope jump here to get up to the standable and then get to the item, because
BowMan
going
does
back
not.
to get a second power bomb just for MQA is painful.
BowMan does not. He's going back.
I'm not sure if he even has one to blow up the first wall. I think that's BowMan's bigger problem. Might be BowMan's bigger problem. Well, you should have actually. So. Yeah, Dynamo is after Venchef, so yeah, BowMan should have had one. So yeah, BowMan having to go back. Might be some slight chance for JhavA if JhavA is managing to find a power bomb at some point. Might hope for farming these things here to them drop home. They can. They don't have a high chance to do so though. This is pain.
Do we just go to Central Dynamo and grab that? But also, that's like, you have to fight the thing.
You have to fight the drone.
Yeah.
And do the maze.
Looks like that's what we're doing though.
I mean, at some point you have to. You know that there are guaranteed PB drops there. And for what it's worth, it might be phasing down there. You would have to do the maze anyway. At that point, it might be actually faster to just do this. Grab a guaranteed power bomb, go back out, grab Venchef, and grab guaranteed PBs here again.
It's a missile. So if there was good powerbomb luck on JhavA's end, this would be way, way closer right now.
Yep.
Also have to consider that thermal visor is not available for JhavA. Something also to consider. I think we go back here. I don't think... I guess you could go MQA, then grab... Yeah. At least blow this open, I guess.
Yeah, I think BowMan just forgot where BowMan wanted to go to. Like...
Oh, he started going towards lower mines.
Yeah. Like, MQB is not closer than Sentine.
It might be.
I mean, BowMan has not fought the drone yet. So, I mean, San Dynamo is just right there.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I thought we already took the elevator down. If you take the elevator down, I think MQB is a little faster. Now, does BowMan remember that you can go activate the drone? Okay, good. We're climbing.
BowMan does.
I think there was a race I commentated where someone didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah. Also, now that we're talking about it, given that you want to save warp out and Sand Dynamo is just the closest safe station, period, to your QA, you probably would have wanted to do the maze on first attempt anyway, and farm power bombs that way.
Yeah.
Like, would have been nice if you get them in the room, but don't spend too much time looking for them.
All right. Let's see if the Metroids drop a power bomb.
Or JhavA knows the slope jump.
Oh.
JhavA's attempting it at least. That would be saving some time if JhavA's able to get that. Nope. Not that way. And aborting.
Okay. Let's see where this suit is. Said earlier, hopefully it's in Fen now.
I feel like at this point BowMan is just too far in the front for even that Fen to help.
Yeah.
Because I don't think BowMan would start with labs, and that's what JhavA needs at this point.
And we know at this point, just in terms of the final thing, that we're not sure where it exists. I think it's just main power bombs, and I think it has to be either plasma processing or Farfen. Thardus, Qmon, Farfen. I don't think it can be anywhere else. It could be Upper Dynamo, but yeah. If it's Upper Dynamo, then that's painful that both
JhavA gets standable. JhavA gets the artifact.
Okay.
So a bit of time saved here over BowMan. Having to go back to Sand Dynamo one last time.
And doesn't have to do the maze. We've already done it.
So actually, if it says Fen and BowMan is for some reason starting with labs, which I feel like is a mistake, but you could. JhavA?
Oh, getting the power bomb so that we can do the vent shaft.
Alright, JhavA's not on Metroid. Yeah, okay, never mind. Still needs to. This is fine. But yeah, this does give BowMan basically in written fight advantage. Which solidly done.
Fight this dude as well. Funny. At least we're clearing layers. Does make the room load faster, but we're probably not going to be hitting the load trigger for elite control. Unless we do. Maybe you do have to hit the trigger to grab this item.
I have no idea. Okay, I completely missed where it ends. What ends at?
Yeah, I just completely missed it as well. I wasn't paying. Mines. Oh.
Mines. Well then, now here's the interesting question. Is pivot saving here actually smarter than then resetting the Ridley fight and just go straight back to lower mines? For BowMan, that could have been an interesting spot to maybe take. Given that BowMan has cleared parts of upper mines already.
Hopefully JhavA pivot saves here. I think it might just be faster.
Just going straight out.
Straight out, okay.
I mean, it is weird. Like, there's not too many checks in mines, and I don't think JhavA has checked PCA. Like, what's after MQB? There's Fungal Hall? No. Oh, is there Fungal Hall? Yeah, there's Fungal Hall access, but I think BowMan checked that. There's MQB. PMT is out. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 checks only down there. And I want to say there's a similar, the same amount still left in upper mines for BowMan. And there's PPC too. So yeah, the fact that JhavA has, I don't think has pivot saved here, probably means that BowMan is gonna have the advantage here.
That being said, it depends on which route they decide to go for. Does BowMan go upper or lower? Does JhavA do the opposite? But I don't think it might just not be enough.
I mean,
Probably
BowMan
not
has
enough.
the option of checking PCA here, so reduce low mines to basically two
OP
checks.
and MQA and PMT. No, PMT is not.
MQB. PMT is out.
Yeah, MQB.
So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure BowMan is gonna go upper. And given that JhavA has not done nothing in upper, I would say JhavA might also be tempted to rather go upper.
Yep.
Although, again, JhavA has had or might feel behind to the point where you rather try to bank on vanilla phase on suit than going for upper mines, which your opponent is likelier to do in this spot too.
I do want BowMan to check PCA though.
I mean,
I
for
really
BowMan,
hope
there's basically no excuse not to check PCA here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the suit is down here, and you have, what, 7 checks left, of which one you can peek right here, right now? Again, BowMan has already done at least main quarry and storage depot B. So upper mines does not really have that many more checks too. Yeah,
Yep.
and BowMan is checking PCA.
Missile.
And that's a missile. So yeah. And JhavA
doing bar
looks
skip.
like going for bar skip, so that means upper mines. Which, I mean, it takes you still quite a bit to get there. Even if you get the first time bar skip, I think BowMan is first to upper mines again. And BowMan can start with elite research.
What if it is like security access?
I think that's the only check where it could be that could keep JhavA in the race here.
Yeah.
Given that BowMan is actually starting with
Overgrown
research.
Cavern. I forgot about Overgrown Cavern. That also could have been power ones.
Yeah. True, we never have been here.
Yeah, we will see. If it is a security access, then we might have something. If it's not, then I think literally any other spot in BowMan has an advantage. Although,
Absolutely.
Or
Or
storage depot A might be okay.
It might be okay, but BowMan is starting actually on the scannable point and can power bomb that immediately. JhavA has to cross the room once and then go back.
Why are we doing anti-chamber?
I
guess checking thermal, but maybe JhavA doesn't feel as behind as I guess like hot dogging plasma is like they don't know that they're behind mostly because of the early wild.
Yeah.
They might be thinking, oh, flame like plasma, that's okay, but like.
Anti-chamber is also just such a quick check that you might just be muscle memorying it.
Also thermal.
And not really think about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're checking for thermal, then they might just not actually feel as bad as we think they do.
Looks like we found a phase on suit on BowMan's side here in elite research. Yep, going for the spinner second time. See bar skip for JhavA.
BowMan got this first try.
Yeah. And JhavA struggling.
Wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
might want to grab that before heading out. Like, don't do a bellow and look at the thing you want and then just leave it behind.
I've collected
And
this
JhavA gets
mentally.
it.
I've collected this mentally.
Yeah.
As I've...
Well, this is also probably the worst spot for JhavA from this position.
Yep. We were legally forbidden from talking about that race. I disagree. I think it is. If Bello lost, then it may be, but Bello did not. So, you know, we're all good. We're all good. We can make fun of him all we want. Oh, that's right. I forgot. JhavA still has to check main quarry too.
Yeah.
So, never mind. The security access advantage was not as big as we remembered.
I mean, yeah. There's a point where you wanna really spot check, then you could try to see if it's security access A first, then check quarry, and then go reverse upper mines. But that's like thinking about seconds over which check is faster against which.
I think it would cost a disaster here for Bowen to lose this race. Finally, a second power bomb. And we get
Which
that at least.
also might be slightly unlucky for JhavA here, because BowMan went into Elite Research without a power bomb. So if it would have been on the fight,
Yeah.
BowMan had actually to find a power bomb somewhere.
Oh, just give me vanilla flamethrower, just for the memes. I know JhavA wouldn't be happy about that, but
Does Drake get his wish?
no.
Nope.
We had double vanilla sun chamber. We will not be having vanilla flamethrower.
You are right. That was double vanilla sun chamber.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until now. I just separately logged them as vanilla, but
They were also
what
like
the hell?
yeah, double vanilla as in like the artifact was also the artifact of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was like
Which BowMan did an actual
early wild.
early wild in a randomizer. That is wild. No pun intended.
That pivot save might actually. I'm still not sure about pivot saves after Ridley because Ridley takes a little while to fight, but that pivot save in this case might have been the difference actually.
If you have boost and are confident with the minute, like what does the Ridley fight really take? Unless Ridley dashes like an eternity in the last phase, but 2 minutes at most. Like if you can get that back in from the save with movement, then it is just probably worth. Like with boost, the Ridley fight, with boost and plasma, the Ridley fight really is not that long.
No, the Giga risky play would have been to go to MQB to then get the save there and just assuming that no, we're just not.
I mean, at that point,
I'm not even
going
gonna
to
finish that sentence.
that's
silly.
OP first, and then.
Yeah, I'm just not even gonna finish that sentence. Yeah.
Which I mean, it would. I want to say it would have been a reasonable choice to make for at least JhavA. Like, if you feel like you need to do a play towards something, then it could have been the play to make. And you now have to wonder, what if JhavA did not leave that plasma behind?
Yeah.
Even with that missed early one.
So we have to ask them about that. What exactly was the thought process? I mean, I guess it is. I guess Lava Lake is a faster check, and then once you're a Lava Lake, you can then do other faster checks. So maybe orphaning the tree wasn't as much of a hot dog as we're making it out to be. But we'll see. We'll ask them what happened there. In terms of BowMan, we just have to ask what happened with the grapple there. Also routing conservatively after finding the Chozo artifacts. We gotta ask them about that. And then for JhavA, I think I want to ask about the pivot save in Chozo. That didn't work out, as we learned.
I mean, it worked out. It did not work out because there was something in Sword required. Like,
Well,
the choice you make there is if
well,
you,
it didn't work out even like it worked out. It works out best if nothing is in Talon. No, and nothing was in Talon. Like that's what the advantage of that route. If nothing is in Talon, then we're cooking.
No, that's maybe a bit wrong to look about, because if there is something in Talon and nothing on Zoid, then you potentially can just skip Zoid completely and never do. And the pivot save is there in case there is actually is also there in case there isn't anything in Talon, and you don't really lose that much time from going back to Zoid. The worst thing is if there is something on Zoid and in Talon, so you actually have to return to Zoid, but can't make use of the pivot save.
Okay, good point. Yeah, never mind. We will not ask them about that. We will ask me about why I thought that was wrong. I just forgot about like the fact that that's the whole point of the pivot save. Because if something is if there's nothing there, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we can ask them why they went for it instead of like why they preferred that route over Zoid.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, I want to say, reasonable in this seat to go for Zoid, given that we do have bombs. And there's also Furnace. But
I guess in theory you could argue that JhavA's route is just simply superior because JhavA wasn't that far behind after nothing was in Talon.
yeah, from the from one perspective, probably. But on the other hand, given the fact how Randomizer likes to place items and the bombs, I mean, they did something already, but I don't know.
Metroids are indestructible when they're. We have a visor. Okay. I don't know how close we are to the corpse. It's like BowMan's gonna do some pull cancels as well. Never mind.
Probably tried to go for a pull cancel. I didn't really have a spot for it and decided to avoid it.
Looks like we're okay. Good.
But yeah, not too much to say about that fight. BowMan has all three visors. Or all visors. Now going for pull cancels. The pull really, again, not in the best spot for it.
Probably just going for these because that first phase was a little weird.
Yeah. And saying, yeah, probably not worth it, just finish off with animation cancels, but yeah, one more pull.
I think you can dump this one.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Like, that's what, 10%.
How much does one pull do in total? I can't remember. Is it like 1/4?
Something like that, I want to say. So the fact that BowMan had
And
very
GG.
little, it was definitely enough to go here. Yeah, GG. JhavA on the Vex fight already, but
Looks like JhavA's going to continue. We haven't seen anything from the race time, so it makes sense we're on the final boss. So BowMan should be joining us shortly for an interview. A pretty good race, actually. Like, it wasn't over until like even if the powerbomb block was a little different, we could be talking something different right now.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Hello, BowMan. Congrats, GG's.
Jeez.
So, quite the seed there. What are your general thoughts on it?
I don't know. I found 2 artifacts without hints, and I actually almost did Flagra, but luckily, because of hints, I saw the Sun Chamber. Varia was actually both Wild and Varia were vanilla.
Yeah.
So
You quite literally did really well, like just in the pure sense.
yeah. So luckily, because of the hints, because I would have skipped Ghosts if I did Flagra. But
And it could
Yeah,
only
it
be
is.
there, like Flogger was your last logical check, so and I didn't
Yeah.
have to be there.
so, but it was pretty good.
So we have a question about. We actually just have one question about. Oh, actually, we have 2 questions. So one, what happened with the grapple beam there? Did you just forget that, like, Root Cave wasn't possible without space jump, or we're really curious?
I got grapple because I figured I could maybe, hopefully, figure something out. But after I failed the first bomb jump up there, I was like, okay, never mind.
Did you feel like did you have any rationale for routing in grapple?
Other than helping out with magma pool, not much else.
So you just like didn't even think, okay, this is a risk not going to defend here, or
Yeah, I left Fen basically completely unchecked. Even after I went back and got grapple, I didn't bother going back. So if Bazon was in Fen, I was screwed.
we just thought like maybe you would have fell behind as soon as you saw that space jump in the ice. Control
I guess
line.
that's fair. I guess because without wave, I couldn't do it much, and then I got wave, and I was like, oh, let me do all the Chozo checks real quick and clean up Chozo while grabbing the magma pool artifact.
So yeah, that was the second question actually. We were wondering why you routed towards bar skip rather than just immediately going towards PPC and just going into lower mines.
So for that, my thought process was clean out Chozo, and then I could take care of Life Grove just in case it Phazon was in Talon. Then I would know it would be Frigate, and so that way I could. It felt like it was faster to go that way to mines while still clearing checks. In my
For the
mind.
phase answer.
For Phazon C, yeah.
Okay. Because we weren't sure about that route because we were thinking like it feels a little too conservative, but and we were just assuming that you felt like you were behind after the grapple adventure. But I guess that's, from what I'm hearing from your voice, it doesn't sound like that was the case. That was just like, no, I'm just gonna route conservatively here, and that is that an accurate representation of what was happening?
Yeah, that's completely accurate. I
Okay.
did miss a few checks because I forgot about upper dynamo, but
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
And was there any mentor who recommended routing conservatively, or is this something that you just prefer generally?
I'm actually pretty. Usually, whenever I route, I'm not very conservative, but I knew I only needed to find Phazon after I collected artifacts, so I figured I might as well clear out at least one area.
Hmm. Okay.
Hello,
Hello, JhavA. Welcome. GG's.
GG's, man.
GG's.
Oh, that early game was so annoying. Oh my gosh.
It really was.
That was awful. Like, oh. And like not having Spider to do Flagra. I tried to do early wild and failed. Oh, like that early game sucked.
It's Early wild is hard.
BowMan really wild.
Oh, did you do it too?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
and got
yeah.
it.
I knew
Yeah,
you said that you ran any percent, so I knew I kind of had to go for it because I figured you knew how to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, where was Thermal?
It was
Crossway.
Crossway.
Oh, yeah, I never went to Far Chozo, so
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think the only question we had for you, JhavA, was what happened with the tree check there? Because I think that was I think you still would have been behind because of the early wild, but the tree check is probably what cost you the race in the end.
well, I wouldn't say like, oh, what happened to it? It was more just like, well, Varia was there, and a lot of times supers don't exactly point to anything when you find them that early. And when I found Varia on Flagra, I figured that was where the logic was taking me.
Yeah, sorry. Let me rephrase it. We weren't saying like, oh, it was. We weren't thinking like, oh, it was a mistake, because we're not exactly sure whether or not it's a mistake. Because like, I'm thinking that I was kind of thinking the same thing with you. I'm like, well, I could just orphan this check and that's fine. It's not that quick.
Yeah, a lot of times when you find, or at least in my experience, when I've found supers in like that mid Chozo section, like Gathering Hall, Watery Hall, Zoid, like those checks, the tree is more of a red herring than anything. Obviously, this time it came back to bite me, but I thought I made the right call with following that Varia, especially with a PB expansion. Oh, where were main PBs? I missed it on my side.
I didn't get them either.
It was in cargo
Apparently
freight lift.
Cargo freight lift.
Yep, not gonna find those.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we were hoping that like. So I guess like. I guess the big route diver. Oh, also, the route divergence. That was we actually just completely forgot about this route divergence that I need to ask both of you about. Okay, so let me finish my thought with that tree check. We initially during the commentary we thought that it was a mistake, but kind of at the end there I kind of brought up like maybe yes, going to Magmore there made more sense because the lava lake check is just there and it's probably even faster to go for, and then it's routes smoothly into Magmore and then into Fen, and so it's perfectly fine, I guess, to orphan that check. But we were just wondering if you felt the same way. And Rylan, I think you have something. Yeah.
My personal question was not strictly about doing a tree after Flagger, but not even doing it before, because we had no space jump, and you by that point knew that there was an artifact in Sunshine that knew about the possibility it could be ghosts. So if the tree has spider, it makes just your life so much easier. Even if
that's
like if you go there,
question.
no, if you go there first, you kind of forced yourself into going early wild if the artifact is not on Flagra.
So here was my logic behind that. If the artifact was just on Flagra and not on Ghosts, doing it then saved me a lot of time, and I figured, okay, I wasn't expecting there to be progression on Flagra, so routing that way actually brought me closer to the tree to check that. And I figured, okay, might as well figure out if I need to go for early wild or need spider to go back for this. I figured it was kind of on my way to the tree, so that was, and I'm like, obviously, if there wasn't an artifact there, I wouldn't have gone for it. But yeah, considering that like the tree was my only other check other than Flagra, it made sense to do it then in my eyes, just because I would have been really rewarded if that artifact was just on Flagra. Unfortunately, it wasn't, but I mean, it's rando, so you have to just take risks sometimes.
No, that is actually reasonable way of thinking. Yeah, it's not something I really considered in that way, that it would actually are nicer into tree if an artifact is unplanted. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, I actually in one of the first async seeds that they released for practice, I think it was TGC's video where they went for Flagra in like a very similar situation where like there was an artifact on there, but they had other checks to do. And I think at that point they had already gotten Varia, so they were like, "Oh, well, it's on my way to Magmor, so I'll just do it now." So I probably wouldn't have thought about that had like the mentors not been like pretty adamant about doing it then. Because I actually asked like, "Oh, why did you do it without Spider? Because you could have been hard requiring supers." And their logic was just, well, I would have been really rewarded if it was on Flagra.
Also, just in general, I think a lot of runners have come around to doing plant as a corridor to Lava Lake.
Right.
Right. That's yeah. But I think this is something we've completely forgotten, that both Raul and I have forgotten. There was a route divergence that may have played an even bigger role. I think the reason why it didn't, we'll talk about in a second, is that BowMan decided, instead of going to Fen after finding Space Jump, or like after finding Wave Beam. Excuse me. So once we found Wave Beam in Root Cave, BowMan went to Chozo, JhavA, you went back to Fen and did labs. The reason we thought that it didn't make much of a difference, or the reason I'm guessing, Rollin, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the reason at least I thought I didn't think about it immediately is because I think BowMan's conservative routing cost them enough time so that you guys kind of equalized a little bit more. Because JhavA had to do labs and find nothing, right?
Yeah.
So that may have equalized. Roland, was that similarly why you may have forgotten about it? Because I just completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I completely banged out on the fact after just BowMan found everything in Tower of Progression.
Yeah. Can we talk about how Fen had absolutely nothing except for Space Jump?
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you guys, what I was leading to poorly was what did you guys? I think both routes were fine. Going to Fen or going to Chozo, both fine. Was there any route, like, what was the rationale behind going towards Fen, and what was the rationale behind going towards Chozo? Let's start with you, Bowman. You went towards Chozo after picking up Wave Beam. Did you ever think about Fen?
I actually didn't think about Fen at all.
Okay.
After seeing the two nothings, Chozo Ice Temple and Mama Shiga, there's like, well, I don't really feel like going through labs, and luckily Tower of Light had Ice Beam, and then Tower Chamber was Spider, and so I was like, well, I can go get the other artifacts now, and so I did that instead. I just wanted to rush artifacts, basically.
So you were just you just saw the wave and went, let's just go towards the area that has the artifacts. That was the rationale.
Yeah, so I wanted to get Magma Pool artifact first, but because I found Spider and Ice Beam, that's what made me decide to continue going through Chozo.
Okay. How about you, JhavA? What were your thoughts? Did you consider Chozo after picking up that wave?
Yeah, I did. And honestly, like as soon as I went into labs, I was thinking, I probably should have followed the artifacts, and of course that would have been a phenomenal play to do that. Yeah,
To be fair
Labs-
to you, you didn't
Labs
know
was
where
more
Spider
dense.
was.
Sorry.
To be fair to you, you didn't know where Spider was. So you couldn't do the plant until you knew where the spider was. Or you couldn't do the ghosts.
Right. Yeah, that was like part of my rationale. It's like, okay, I kind of need the most dense checks at this point. But yeah, and in retrospect, I like as soon as I entered labs, I was like, like following the artifacts might have been the right play because I already that magma pool one was already in logic, and then like Chozo had a lot of checks open even without that ice beam. So yeah, there was a good chance I found spider there anyway, but there was also a good chance I found it in labs. So
I don't mind either route, honestly.
I actually don't think it was that many checks in Chozo from that point. I mean, you knew that upper shrine had nothing. You did peek that, which BowMan did not.
Yeah, that was another thing that we considered. BowMan didn't
So
check
it
Upper
was-
Shrine.
yeah,
When I went to
Raylan and
Tower
I
of Light, I
learned from that
checked
one.
it.
Yeah, so but yeah, it was basically at that point just Tower of Light, Training Chamber access without Spider, and yeah, Dynamo is out, Ghosts are out, Crossway is logically out. I think that also needs Spider.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I
there's
guess
only
there was
3
much.
actual checks in
Right.
Chozo, I think.
Without Ice, there's then Anti-Chamber, but it wasn't actually that many checks. And I want to say, in your position, given that you had peaked the Upper Shrine item, and we had boosts for lab completely logical, and you needed Spider, I want to say labs was probably the more correct decision in a sense.
For you, at least.
Yeah, I've practiced early wild, but I'm obviously not super comfortable with it. And yeah, that was unfortunate.
I
Like
mean-
honestly, I might have considered had Flagra not been progression, I might have considered just resetting because I saved beforehand knowing I would go for early wild if Flagra didn't have the artifact. Yeah, if it didn't have Varia, I probably would have reset and just probably done Flagra again from the back once I found Spider. Or if
And
it
just to
was like,
clarify, Bowman, sorry, just to clarify for you, Bowman, when we were talking about peeking Upper Shrine, we're talking about peeking without space jump.
Oh, my
JhavA
bad. Yeah.
checked that item without space jump to know that
I
there
did.
was nothing there. So
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
sorry,
it was
continue,
equal.
Java. Sorry.
Yeah, that was really it. Because Flagra having Varia was really detrimental for me, honestly. Because it led me away from Plasma, and it also didn't give me the opportunity to reset that check. Because like, let's say I didn't find Spider and I found everything else, I could have just kept trying early wild and like resetting and trying it again. It probably wouldn't have been in my favor since it sounds like BowMan was pretty comfortable with it, but it just didn't give me as many options with that.
Execution wise, BowMan really had a strong showing.
Yeah.
Like early wild, it took 2 or 3 tries to get the timing right to get up there. But probably similar to that, just the first try bar skip was similarly impressive. So
Oh, nice.
on the
Yeah.
execution side, BowMan had a very strong showing.
Thank you. I felt pretty good whenever I got it first try.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
thank you.
that's
Yeah,
always
but
good.
I think just to clarify, I think both routes, either going to Chozo or Fen, both of them, I think both of them are perfectly fine. I think honestly, you just kind of got randoed when it came to that route. Honestly, I think
think
both of you routed fine.
It's especially in the situation that you were both in, they made
Yeah,
just sense in a way. Like if you would have also gotten early wild, I think we talk about a or much different race here.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of other decisions you could have taken there. But,
there was a lot of like points where things changed. Like for a second we thought BowMan got behind because BowMan you weren't here for, or JhavA you weren't here for, but we were discussing BowMan after BowMan did the entirety of Magmor, elected to go back to Talon, grab that grapple, and then do Root Cave, but then realize you can't do Root Cave without space jump.
Oh.
And so that brought it closer. But then we were like, well, wait a second, the early wild is a consideration, and then also and then a bunch of other factors, and then also you routed more aggressively after finding Ice Beam. So then, like, I kind of got a little bit closer there, and that's why this race I think was much closer than it seemed. It kind of went back and forth a little bit, but the advantage just stayed with BowMan for the rest of the race. I think like this would be a different race if like the powerbomb luck was different here. Like if BowMan got a little bit more unlucky and you got a little luckier, now we're talking about something that's maybe way closer.
Oh
How
I
many-
waited like 5 minutes in mines for that.
Yeah, how many power bombs did you have?
I ended up with, so I had one when I went into mines originally. 2 were in labs,
Okay.
which
Oh.
I reset out of it.
Oof.
I considered just keeping. One was in research core, which I was not getting. The other one I think was control tower. But yeah,
Okay.
I considered keeping it for a hot second, but elected not to.
Yeah, so actually, one thing that we maybe should point out there in regards to the one difference in MQA was JhavA was able to get that slope jump up to the standable, so only
Yeah.
needed that one power bomb in MQA, and didn't need to go back for another one because
Yeah.
just being able to jump up to that artifact instead of going back for another power bomb and returning. Did save
Oh,
a
did
bit
you
of
go?
time
Did you
there.
go all the way back to Central Dynamo?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did you only have one when you picked up the artifacts?
I had one the entire time, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang. How did you route mines then? Because there was one in security access.
Skipped security, like went straight down to lower mines from bar skip.
Checked
Just did
Quarry, I believe, and
Quarry and Storage Depot B. Found the
but then
gravity.
just went down towards the artifacts.
Yeah, found the gravity in
Yeah.
Storage Depot B. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you find Phazon on first pass?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Did you say you went to lower mines first?
No, BowMan
No.
routed Chozo into bar skip into upper mines, but just checked Quarry and then went into lower mines without checking the rest of upper mines.
Just
Towards
checked
the artifacts.
Storage Depot B for the
Yeah.
gravity suit, which was there, but otherwise, yeah,
Okay.
just blaze past.
And then when you went back, I'm just curious how you didn't find the other PB in security access.
Didn't check it.
On the way back then came from PPC because the BowMan also did not
Got
check
it.
that, so it made sense and then go up and then do reverse
Okay,
because
that
it's just
makes
there
sense.
in ore processing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Which, incidentally, BowMan was in research, an elite researcher without a power bomb. So if it was not on the spinner, this could have been another
Yeah.
instance of just trying to get a power bomb from somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we have a final question. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I completely forgot about how little power bombs we had, because yeah, on my first pass, I dropped one to get through PPC. I went through Magmor, just figured that was faster because Vent Shaft and MQA were the artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a PB for Vent Shaft. Tried to look for one in Elite Control, didn't get it. Had to go, just decided to go through Central Dynamo, pick up MQA, then go back for it. So that wasted a little bit of time. And I also tried to pick up another PB for MQA, but when I didn't get one out of the boxes in MQA, I just went for the jump and ended up getting it maybe like third or fourth try. Like, didn't take too long.
So one final question for you guys. Did you guys ever consider pivot saving for the hint, for the phase on suit hint?
I actually did, because I figured if it's in phase on mines, it would kind of not be fun, but then I forgot to save. So
I honestly I didn't consider it because so much of Fen was open. I didn't check any of late Chozo, so there were just so many checks available that honestly the odds of it being in mines were lower than usual in my case. So it just never crossed my mind. I also really don't like resetting Ridley.
Which is
Okay, I don't have any more questions. Roland, you have anything else?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything.
You guys have any final thoughts? Go ahead.
No, just GG's, man. I'm glad we got to
Really?
play again.
Yep.
I know our first one was super close too. So yeah. Next Prime tournament, I'll come for you now. We're 1-1 against each other.
Sounds good. I'm
The
excited.
rivalry is born.
It's at least all I have for now.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Sorry, I got distracted there. With that it. I think JhavA, you'll be BowMan, you'll be playing Ivy Paw next. Any thoughts on that match?
No, I'm just excited and ready to play. I mean, I watched the VOD for Ivy Paw's last match, so we'll see what the RAs are for this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking forward
For-
to those flamethrower doors
Yeah.
again.
The next match will be Slucky versus Axoplex. That will be on Saturday at 3, so the same time that this match started, just 30 minutes earlier. But yeah, for those of you who want to adjust your time zones or don't want to check time zones and stuff like that. I think that's it for all the runners. Thank you all for tracking. Thank you, Roland, for commentating.
Pleasure. Thanks for hanging out with me here and talking some words.
All right, with that all said, thank you all for watching, and we will see you next mission. Bye bye.
See you next mission.